make some room. Who is getting ready for summer weather? We are so happy that it is getting warmer. Hey T, I'm fine today. How are you? Hey Genevieve and Deborah. Leslie in the house. All right, so we've got our our YouTube up. We're going to be making a patriotic arrangement. I'm going to show you, this is our design that I'm going to demo. So this was actually designed by a florist friend of mine, Jackie Johns. She is in Alabama. She came to our Wreath retreat and she demoed this. Everybody got a kit to make this. And so I had some extra supplies, and so I thought, I want another one for my back porch. Thank you. T, I don't know if the share button's not there. I'm not sure why Facebook doesn't allow me to share. People aren't sharing my videos because the button's not there. So thanks for trying. Thanks for trying. Let's see, you guys, if you want to be notified when we go live, make sure to text me this number. I'm going to type it down here, and also it's 803-805-7838. Text the word live, and then that way I will send you a text notification. So you'll be interacting with me, and I'll send you a text notification. I also wish you a happy birthday when it's your birthday. All right, so here's our container. It's roughly 4 inches on the bottom and 5 inches on the top. And we're going to go ahead and prep this first. So I have over here glue that I'm going to first. Introductions. I'm Julie Samaco, owner of Southern Charm Wreaths, where we make beautiful wreaths and teach you how to make and sell them. If you're new to the page, welcome. If you're joining me on YouTube, I'm over there looking at comments, and if you're on Facebook, I'm also looking at your comments. And sometimes I get engrossed in the project, so if I miss it, I will come back and answer later. But I want to thank you for being here. You are a blessing to me and my channel by just showing up to it just really helps my small business. And I just want to thank you so graciously for that. I am going to teach you an arrangement, and just let you know, I am not like florist trained or anything. I don't have all the alphabet soup behind my name, but I have been eyeballing it, and I like to make things for my own home, and so that's kind of how I got started. So we're just going to make something fun. This is for my own home, and I thought you would also enjoy learning how I do it. So this one has a front. Sometimes containers don't have a front or a back, but this one, it looks like little overalls. So I'm going to pretend, make one of these my front. And I'm going to come over here to my glue. Let me turn my glue up because I had it turned down as I was prepping. So I'm just going to dip my foam. This is styrofoam. You can use desert foam if you want. I just have a lot of styrofoam. I'm just going to hot glue it right down into the bottom, right there. I'm going to get another piece. We've just got this glue. This is just regular, glue stick glue we've just melted in our electric fry pan. Just makes things a lot quicker. Can you imagine how long it would take to pump out a glue gun for something like this? I'm going to take a wooden floral pick and sandwich it in between that. Okay, and we're going to build up another piece right here. need to add some more glue. All right, we're just using these dowels to help our foam stay together. Okay. Just throwing a little more glue into the fry pan. Hi from Georgia. Linda, how are you? Sue's in the house and Sally's watching. Love it. Hey, Kristen, Pamela. Yes, Kristen, self-taught. Okay, so this is what we have so far. All right, I'm going to try to work in some foam on this side. And I've got my little box of foam below. Just working this in. There. Let's see if I can find some smaller pieces to use up. Hi from Nashville. Okay. Put this back down here with all my other foam. This is pretty good, secured. Let me just get a little glue on this one. Sometimes I don't worry if the foam goes all the way to the edge. This one's a little loose. I'm going to get some glue on this one. For this design, I definitely wanted some glue on the sides. I mean, foam all the way to the side. All right, let's get that in there. Turn that down. All right, so here we've got some foam. I'm going to use my sheet moss just to give it a little bit of a coverage to cover up our foam. Jennifer, you better be watching the road. Watching me on YouTube while you drive is not recommended. So be careful, my friend. We're going to grab some floral pens. Y'all, you know what I have been doing today? We have been planning Wreath Makers Live, and oh my gosh, it is going to be amazing. We have some really cool ideas. If you don't know what Wreath Makers Live is, it's an event, it's a convention for the wreath making industry. We started doing it, I guess I started it about, I partner with Damon Oates with Deco Exchange. We started at, I think, 2017 our first year? 17, 18, 19? Maybe it was 2018 was our first year. Anyway, we've only been doing it for 3 or 4 years. We had to cancel last year because of mean, stupid COVID. And we're excited that we're getting ready to host it this summer in Dallas, Texas. We've got people coming from all over the world to join us. But our theme for this year is Fly High, Diversify, because this has just been a crazy year for all businesses. And so we are really all about supporting the small, wreath businesses that are starting up. Of course, people are selling way more than wreaths now. They start with wreaths, but then they go down a different path, which is awesome, because whatever they learn for their wreath business, they take it with them into their new endeavors. But anyway, Fly High, Diversify. So just in order to help them diversify their own portfolio as well as their business mind, that's our theme, Fly High, Diversify. So we are going to teach them things that you wouldn't normally learn. I mean, not to say they're not going to learn a lot, but sometimes it's like, for example, arrangements. If you make wreaths, you're using flowers, you're using glue, you should learn how to make arrangements. It only helps your business. Things like this will help you on your Etsy shop, and it will help you at your craft shows. Thank you, T, so much for the stars over on Facebook. So this is just to help you diversify when we teach you things like this. So Fly High, Diversify was a theme that Terry Marshall came up with, and she is doing a phenomenal job getting ready for the show, planning the stage. She's going to be our mistress of ceremony. We have almost all of our tickets sold. So almost all of our tickets sold. I think we've got 40 more seats. But so they're going fast. When we hit 400, we're sold out. All right, so I've got red tulips. I've got white flowers. I don't want to forget this. We're going to be using this. This is a fun design that can be used, just change out the flowers and you've got a completely different look. I think I'm going to start with my white flowers. Always cut on an angle so that this is easier to add into your arrangement. Let me see how far I want this to go. I may have cut that just a tad bit too large. Okay, I'm going to put that right down in the center here. All right, this is where I'm going to bend this just a little bit. Don't be afraid. You've got to move these leaves down to make it look as real as possible. I've already bent this one. I'm going to take this one out away from this because we have to have our spacing. All right, so I'm going to take that out just a little bit. Give a little space, right? Let's see if I can zoom in just a bit more without losing. Okay. And then let's see, let's go ahead and cut this. These are called Queen Anne's lace. So I got this, I'm pretty sure all of this came from Wholesale Select Artificial. I want this one to go in the back. I want it to fall between these. So I want my eye to sort of stair step down. All right. So I'm going to add it right here. Give that a little bend out. And then back in. Push this guy all the way down. Okay, so do you see how we've got that? Every floral head, this is what I teach in our Wreath of the Month Club group, every floral head is on a different plane. So your eye just sort of stair steps down into the arrangement. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to save these guys for last. We're going to use our red tulips. Did I tell you I got all these things from Select Artificials? Now, who has ever seen a red tulip in life? I think I have. Let's get the largest or the longest one. All right, it's going to be this guy, and I'm going to put it right back here. Bring it up just a little bit more. Remember what I said about the stair step? I want to make sure that I'm also stair stepping down here. Okay. My second to the largest is right here. All right, so this is my front, and I want to create a line. I'm going to push my little leaf down on my tulip close to the base. Yeah, Sherry says in Holland tulips have all colors of the rainbow, don't they? All right, I'm going to see right about there. Okay, so now I'm eyeballing it with this tulip bundle. Let me get this a little bit bend right here. I want this to look real. Okay. You see how I'm just bringing this down, and now I want one right here. So if you don't want to glue when you're making your stuff at home, you know, you don't have to. It's just completely up to you. I think I'm going to do one more right about there. So where would y'all put this? I'm gonna put mine on my porch. It's good for Patriotic. And let's raise our leaf a little bit more right there. Okay, so we can see our tulips. So we've got a little line that developed right there. Oh, Kristen, thank you for that. Yes, Select Artificial is wholesale only. So we've got my eye here, okay? And then I'm gonna also bring one right back through here. Cut it a little smaller. Just so my eye comes back towards the back. All right. So you remember those two little pieces that we saved of our white? I'm going to bring those in now. Let's see, this is my front. Always remember where your front is. Push that down and then get that a little bit of bend. Some of y'all went to the Tulip Festival in Holland. Oh my gosh. I couldn't imagine. I'm trying to decide, do I want to cut that shorter? I'm going to keep it that length, I think. It's got one of those weird stems on it. If it's too fat, you know. Oh, there. Okay. And then we're going to drop this one down here. So we've got our white on this side, and then we've got our white over here. So now our eye is also moving through the arrangement this way. So we've got our line here, and then we've got some movement on both sides. All right, so what do we need? For Patriotic, we need some red, white, and blue. I'm going to be using this Queen Anne's lace. Not Queen Anne's lace. It's called Sweet Veronica. And this is, y'all, sometimes you get these that are taped very well. So you just have to be careful when you cut the tape off. And you want to get down all the way. You want to, most of the time, let's say 90% of the time, you want to divide these stems so that you have more control. Now there is another piece of wire right here that I need to clip. Kristen, I would love to go to Holland too. Connie says she would do it on the patio, put it on the patio. Kristen says mantle. And we've got another piece of wire. Okay. So I'm going to separate out the Veronica with the berries. Fern, Veronica, berries, Veronica. I'm going to put all of the Veronica on one side, right through here. All right, and we're going to remember that everything has to have its own space. So in other words, we don't want to get too far down. I want to have some of it a little higher to bring my eye, you know, downward towards the bottom, the base. We always want our eyes to flow through our arrangements, top to bottom, front to back. So right from this little hole, we're going to group. So when you put all of the blue in one area, it's called grouping. So we're going to group some of these down. And I think I'm going to cut this and divide it. Let me get that a little bend outward. There. So we've got blue over here, and we're going to add some of this blue over on this side. So our arrangement, so we have some blue on both ends, if that makes sense. This is all artificial. If you don't want to glue, you know, one of the things I did when I was first starting was I wouldn't glue. I would just place it in that way. I can maneuver everything, move it around, change the positions. Do y'all like when I do arrangements? Oh, a wood stove for summer would be pretty too. Let's get that guy in there just a little bit more. Look, I've got glue on my legs. All right, so now we've got our greenery right here. But I'm going to save that for last. We've got this sweet Ann fern. For me, arrangements are so fast, aren't they? Especially when you have to start making them. I think the hardest part for me when I was doing arrangements at first was just the getting started. Like, I didn't know where to start. So hopefully me showing you some of these designs here on our channel, it shows you places to start. Now, some people like to start with greenery, and it just really depends on the design that I'm doing. Or I can start with my florals. If I know I need to get spacing right, I'll start with florals. Usually when I'm working with large peony flowers, I'll start with those, you know, first, just so that I can get my spacing, and then I'll come back in with greenery. Because if I don't, I'll forget to save space for them, and I'll end up using a lot of greenery, and then all of a sudden the arrangement is very compact. Jean says, I thought I couldn't use the light blue in Patriotic, but yes, you can. Jean, let me show you this arrangement we did, and it's on our channel. This was I want to just show you using Patriotic, the baby blue with Patriotic. So it works. This was on our channel, showing you how I made this. So the baby blue for Patriotic definitely works. That's a really good question. No, Kathy, you cannot purchase wholesale with an EIN number. If you've got to think of EIN number as a social security number for your business, that's for the federal government. You're looking for a sales and use tax number or a sales tax number from your state's Department of Revenue. Got one more. I'm just going to get this divided out and bent and shaped. I want all of these fun little airy pieces to pop out to give me as much coverage as I can. And I think this guy's the longest. All right, so I'm going to find the center-ish and put that down in. All right, so now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm always looking to see what do I have left remaining to add. So I can do one on every little side. One of my little tubes fell off. Or did I get him stuck down? Stand up. Stand up. There. Hey Katie, glad you're tuning in for the first time. All right, let's see, I've got one more side right here. So sometime, if you like to show this handle, you can go underneath. I personally, I don't have a preference. I'm going over. Okay, so we've got that. Remember, we've got also these to fill in, but before I do, let me add these longer ferns. I feel like I'm getting ready to sneeze. Excuse me. I sneezed right into the microphone. All right, so we've got this coming down here, and I'm just going to use this greenery in the back to balance it. Give me a little bit more stem. I'm going to cut some of my leaves off. Where was I going with it? Where was I going with it? It's getting ready to drip. That's pretty. I do have another one, but let's see if I want it over here. Or maybe up here. Yeah, let's do it up there. It's going to fill in that little gap right there. But remember to always give it a little bit of a bend so it looks real. Okay. Now I've got, remember when we cut up our blue flowers, we have some of this left over, so we're just going to go through and add these. Fill in around wherever we see a hole at this point. I like to save these last because they are they're different than the other greenery, so it's almost like a little accent with the greenery though, if that makes sense. So we've got one over there. Let's put one over here. Love it, love it, love it. All right, now where are we going with this one? So this is my front. I think I'm gonna come this way. I like to bend my stems over the container, and then it starts to incorporate the container into the arrangement. Don't want too much bend, just barely enough to make it look like it's a live plant. Okay, now we've got these little ferns. Okay, moving around. I'm really just looking for holes right now. All right, I've got one more I could put back here. I think I'll put it right there. So the other thing we taught our Wreath Club, our Wreath Retreat members was how to use our stems inside of our design. If y'all want me to do that, let me know. Get that glue off, bend that. I hope you're learning. I'm trying to tell you everything I'm doing. So we have these stems, all right? Sometimes you get these stems that are like so pretty that you're like, I can't believe I have to throw these things away. You don't. You don't have to. This is a little florist trick for you. You can incorporate these into your design. Everybody's like, yes, 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 yes. Just give it a little bit of a bend. You want it to look sort of like a vine. Okay, then let me figure out where I'm going to put it. And I'm going to bring it over here to the glue. Get some glue on the other end. And try not to touch the other flowers. Try to find the place. Okay, so see how it's there, but it's smashed. So all I'm going to do is bend it out. Now everything that I've just mashed, I'm going to put back in place. Okay, so now it's a very natural bend and it's inside. Okay, so here's the front. Here's my other one. So you could do 2 on the same side if you want. I think I'm going to take this one over on the other side. Okay. Anything that I bent, I'm just going to put back in place. Oh, that's cute. It's just got that vine. It looks like the berries are growing up around the vine. Let's get a little more bend into it. See how it's bending right through here? So you can see that we've got one here and one right there. All right, so let me just reposition, remembering every little flower needs to have its own space. And we've got our line established, stair step down. Glue strings are gone, and at this point I'm going to pull out my moss and I'm going to use it to cover up the holes. This is where a lot of people make a mistake. They pull out more greenery. or more flowers. And what happens is it gets so full that you can't see, you can't put your eye on anything because there's just so much. So all I'm going to do is, if I see any foam showing, I'm going to take my moss and cover up any bare holes, any foam showing. If you didn't want to do red, you could do pink tulips for spring. You could do pink and, you know, pink and lavender. Pink tulips with lavender would be really pretty. These are super cute for any weddings that you're trying to design for. If you need some table centerpieces. Okay, I'm just going to do one more in the center down there. Don't want to see that. Okay, let me show you. So here is what this was the inspiration. And here's what I did. Pretty. Isn't that fun? So these are going to look super cute on our patriotic porch for Memorial Day and 4th of July. Kristen says she never thought of that before. Well, I'm glad you learned something. I'm glad. Did y'all like this? It does look real. That's the whole goal, is to make it look real. This was fun, y'all. I enjoyed making this. I love it. It turned out super cute. It's fun and it's festive and it's airy. It's not compact and overflowing, and every little flower has its own space. We've got line here. We've got line from here to here. And we've got line from here, the blue, over to the blue over there. So we hit all of those elements. We've got it. Thanks you guys for watching. Again, if you enjoyed this, make sure to follow and subscribe so you're notified the next time we do a live. Also, text the word live, L-I-V-E, to area code 803-805-7838. You'll have to use, if you're out of the United States, you'll have to do the 1 in front of it. But this was so much fun. I enjoyed making it with you guys live. Let me know if you have any questions below, and if I forgot to if I missed it, I will come back in and answer. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.